Whether you're playing on easy, medium, hard, whatever, I think we can all agree that dealing 51,000 damage in a single shot without any help from whichever Vault Hunter you've picked and their skill tree is pretty damn cool. One-shotting bosses and badasses from essentially the start of the game is entirely possible, and I'm here to tell you how. Hello then, my fellow Vault Hunters. I hope you are enjoying your time on Kairos so far, and I hope you're excited to learn the secrets of massive damage. Yes, you can do this no matter what Vault Hunter you've picked. You can do this from essentially the start of the game, and it will mean that you will one-shot every enemy, badass, and a good amount of the bosses as you progress through the story towards level 50 and endgame. It is a lot of fun, it is silly powerful, and it's kind of deceptively simple. Now, I will keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I obviously don't need to talk about story or anything to show you how to do this, but just to prove the concept, this is the boss that was in all the preview footage, and this setup kills him in literally 2 shots. I won't even show you the second shot in his death, because again, spoiler-free, but just know it's hilarious. In fact, here's me first kind of putting these pieces together in the early access that we had as creators as I started my first playthrough. Okay.
Oh, maybe you're getting the railing action. There you go. I was like 700 damage. That seems good.
He just pasted! He just
you pasted that boy's head.
I just meat chunked that dude!
That guy's chunks. You chunked him.
God!
I didn't see the number, but he pasted. You just pasted a badass.
And you can watch that entire thing already up on the channel. Now, don't get me wrong, some bosses will have just simply too much health. At least for this earlier game version of it. Once you get to endgame, it gets real silly. But as you're seeing, you can just sort of stand there absolutely chunking away those health bars, trivializing every single encounter. In any case, then, what are we working with here? Well, step 1 is getting the right gun for the job, and when it comes to dealing big damage in a single hit, sniper rifles are the obvious choice, and indeed, that's what this will be focused around. And that is this. Order. See, the signature little quirk of order weapons is being able to charge up and then fire multiple rounds at once. Now, if you do that with the assault rifle, for example, you hold the fire button down, you charge up to 5, it will just literally fire all 5 shots back to back to back. Which is all well and good, but doesn't really work for our single-shot damage amping purposes. However, the sniper rifle, and this is the original one from level 3 when I first started experimenting with this, when you charge it up, it just combines all 5 into a single 5 times shot that is obviously massively more powerful. 2,620 on the combination, and then the single being your 615. That is very exciting because that's the start of a very high multiplier damage journey. So the next thing that you are going to need is the following. The next thing that we need, the next piece of this puzzle, is the cause of my glowy blue barrel here, and it is your energy shield. See, you need the amp, and this again is my original one back when I first started messing around with this. This character that I am debuting it on is level 28 now, but in any case, when your energy shields are full, you lose a percent of them, but you gain 100% more gun damage, and this is only a blue quality. If you get to epic and such, this can be even better, so all of the ridiculous damage and one-shots I'm showing you today still are nowhere near full potential, and that's worth remembering. But an amp energy shield is the way to go, and as you fire, as you can see, we drop down to 147, and that shot has been enhanced. only doing 307 without the amp, and then that good 600 with it, of course, double damage, extra 100%. Really, really good. The third piece then to the main core triple of this synergy is your rep kit. You want any that gives you, again, the amp benefit. On use, your next shot does +% damage. This is the epic one, so 200%, and that is a lot. But again, because you can only fire once, and it requires you to use your rep kit, and you might not actually need it, and then it'll be down for when you actually need it, you obviously want to make this count, so this single shot approach is the way to go. We do that lovely 600 with the shield and the base sniper, but then if we get that extra amp going on and just do a single shot, well, suddenly you start to see how the damage compounds. That's kind of the core of this then. A shield with amp, a rep kit with amp, and a order sniper, all 5 charged up. So even on this like basic level 3 first sniper that I found, and if you do want to know where the training dummy is and how to unlock it, that will already be up in a video by now, along with many other useful guides to Borderlands 4. We got you covered, so feel free to check that out. But in any case, I will amp it up, I will do the charge, and yeah, 6,000 damage with a level 3 weapon. It's still kind of nutty cuckoo bananas. Now, we can obviously take this further, and we will, but this already by itself is enough to one-shot badasses, to punch holes through bosses, and generally just be ridiculous, so you can just leave it here and go out and farm the 3 required bits of gear. Now, there's nowhere specific I can tell you to just go and get them, they're just random drops. You will eventually get an energy shield with amp, you'll eventually get a rep kit with amp, you'll eventually get an order sniper rifle. As I say, I have them all by level 5, but if you want it as fast as possible, we have a ridiculous gear farm already up on the channel, and you can check that out. So if you are content there and don't want any sort of medium game spoilers for other ways to enhance this, well then you can enjoy that and maybe come back to this later. For everyone else, let's talk making this even more silly. So your grenade, your ordinance slot. You can again get an amp modifier here, like this amp throwing knife. This then will give me an extra 15% damage to a target that I've used it on for 10 seconds. And again, this is only rare. So that adds on top of it, and 10 seconds is plenty enough time to do the combo. We then move on to your enhancement slot. You'll unlock this at level 15, and this will let you further tune in to a specific playstyle. This one then is a order enhancement, so you gain an extra 30% damage when you fire at maximum charge, which is obviously ridiculous for our purposes. And then you can get the random extra rolls on, and here we've got more sniper rifle damage, brilliant, and more gun damage, pretty damn perfect. So this is lovely, and yes, we've got that 1 out of 3 God Killer set bonus. That will just add more damage, as will many set bonuses as you go. This one makes you do 10% more damage to badasses and bosses, so it's a nice one to have. In any case, we then go over to your class mod, which you will start getting a little bit later, around level 20 or so, and this one then is nice because you get extra sniper rifle damage, or at least Vex does pretty consistently rolling on this, and honestly I think Vex is a particularly good abuser of this, but I don't want this video to be about specific skill tree builds, because I want this for all Vault Hunters, as it's ridiculously effective on all Vault Hunters, and I think that's half the fun. But in any case, percent sniper rifle or gun damage, or just general damage that helps this from your class mod. Then you can go even a little bit deeper, something like this pistol that gives you the vial launcher alt fire. This just makes the target take 30% more damage for 6 seconds, which as you can imagine is really, really good to compound into it. Now, of course, this fire does count as shot, so you do absorb your shield like that, which can be countered by having a rep kit that restores shield instantly, that triggers that going, or gives you shield instead of health, so you immediately heal it back. But this pistol extra bit really is kind of overkill, but it is how you reach the maximum amount of overkill. So that's the kind of gear that you're looking for here. Let me show you how to actually bring this all together then. So you want to start by throwing your knife at the target, then you fire the alt fire, get your sniper rifle out, you want to hit yourself with that rep kit, start charging up the 5-shot, and then boom, a nice relaxing 53,000 damage. It's pretty damn special, and I hope you enjoy this, well, almighty potential as you abuse it thoroughly through your playthrough, if of course you choose to. For the actual rep kit then, as I said, for extra bonuses, something like this that gives you overshield is nice, because it protects you having full shield, and therefore the damage bonus from the amping energy shield. Something like actually a order rep kit is really good, because that has 2 charges, so you can spam out the ultra powerful shot more often, and as I said, the bonus that makes your shield start recharging instantly when you use it, and even just the lower cooldown in order to again get the full plus 200% damage out as often as possible. And other than that, I don't want to get too, deep into this, because I want this to be an early to medium game, sort of up to halfway through the story version of this for all Vault Hunters. There's a lot of specifics you can do, like getting very specific combinations of your Order Sniper Rifle, but just look out for it, because there are a lot of ways that you'll instantly see and go, oh, this will make the one-shot sniper that much better. Outside of legendary weapons, it's nearly impossible to outdo this just fully in the entire game, so you really are going to want to keep it under your belt. Honestly, just having an Order Sniper Rifle is a really good call for bosses and badasses, even if you don't want to support it with literally anything I've talked about here today. But if you do want to support it, well, you've seen the ridiculous results. Now, having your shield at max for that damage is probably the trickiest part of using this in actual combat, because obviously you'll take damage, it'll lower it, and then it's not there. Again, one of the best ways to combat that is ideally get a rep kit whose amp is coupled with one of the rep kits that just gives you healing in the form of shields, or instantly starts your shield regen. That is really, really nice, and you can obviously mitigate how much damage you're taking through various means. For example, Vex can use Trouble, your cat pet, as a taunting aggro tank once you get far enough down the tree, which means everything will be attacking it instead of you, which is one of the reasons Vex is particularly good at doing these ridiculous damage snipes while being left alone by the enemies. But all the Vault Hunters have a lot of support with this, a lot of way to get more gun damage, a lot of way to maintain your shields. Vex is also a really good overshield monster, which lets you protect that all-important shield that's giving you that buff. Just being able to throw your Ordinance and gain a load of overshield is something that she does, which is really nice. But of course, as I say, you can go through your tree, and there will be plenty you can align yourself with this. We will bring you a ultra more endgame version of this, actually tuned to the Vault Hunters and their skills, if that's something you're interested in. But for now, while you're just playing through, getting to the end of the story, getting to level 50 in the end game, I thought it'd be fun to share this with you, because, I mean, it's just so much damage. Just as I say, using an Order Sniper with generic sniper damage increases and an Order enhancement is going to do a lot for you. Absolutely one-shotting every single enemy that you come across. For now then, let me know if you've enjoyed this. Let me know what else you would like to see. We will have, or already do have, just general volume gear farming guides up, if you do want to abuse that to get this set up online as soon as possible. But for now, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe, hit the bell for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.